Are we live? I think we are. All right. What's up, everybody?
Oh man.
How you doing, Blake?
I'm doing awesome. I'm pretty dang excited about this new platform we got going on. I apologize for getting on a little late because Daddy Dude calls, man. That's just the way it
Daddy
happens.
Duty calls, man, all the time.
You gotta stop what you're doing, and family comes first. We all know that. So
that's right.
I appreciate everybody's patience.
Everybody, thank you so much for taking time to come in. Right now, obviously, we just started, so we have 0 viewers. But you know what? If you guys don't view it tonight, I know that you'll eventually see it, and you'll be like, "What's all this? What's this action?" What? So no big deal, no big deal. But we sure would love for you guys to come in. Is there a basketball game tonight?
A basketball game?
Yeah, I'm just.
I don't know. I don't want
NBA
I guess,
finals. The NBA, man. They
dude. I live in the sticks, man.
It's a big deal right now. It's a big deal.
It's considered the sticks of all of our East Coast, West Coast peeps. Omaha, Nebraska, would be like, "Where's that?
Yeah,
where's that?"
Well,
we have 1.2 million people.
We have 2 viewers right now. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Welcome, everyone.
So there you go, guys. See, it says comments from the Facebook Live post appear on Be Live. So hey, let's see some comments. I just want to see if this works. We're testing out a new platform today, and I have to say it's pretty awesome. It's pretty exciting. Check this out, everybody. I want to get a little closer to Blake. Hey, dude.
Hey,
how's it going?
Not too close. All right.
You're the greatest. I'm the least there.
Well, I don't know about that.
Hey, we can do this too. Anyway, this is really cool. I hope that this works the way that we hope for it to be, and I hope it looks as good to you guys as it does to me. I mean, it looks fantastic from what I'm seeing. You guys see us.
You want to talk about like absolutely difference maker between the last platform we were using and this one. Like I am blown away.
Yeah. So we got a third person. Check this out. I'm gonna write you guys a note.
Oh, Tim just gave us the NBA games agenda.
Oh, he did.
Are the Timberwolves playing, Tim?
I think
I know the answer to
that. No, I think tonight. Let's see. If I'm correct, Tim, tell me. Is it? I can't remember who's playing tonight. I know the Celtics. Man, they beat Cleveland the other night. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
Anyway. So
I'm a hockey guy. My Tampa team's playing right now, so don't anybody comment what the score is right now, okay? And people are like, why are you a Tampa Bay Lightning fan? And I have a reason for that. Because my brother has done a lot of sports management stuff. He actually has worked in the front office for Tampa Bay Lightning as well as Kansas City Chiefs. So I actually, I'm not a bandwagon fan. I have a reason. So that's why, I have it on record right now. So this is more important. So you guys are more important to me than Tampa Bay Lightning. But I will tell you, do not comment what the score is.
Well, I tell you what, man. I should have hit record, but I didn't. I know my wife's probably in there watching if it's on because she is a huge basketball fan. She's like during NBA finals. Oh man, you just can't peel her away, which is pretty cool.
That's good, man. I'm into the playoffs, but I mean, again, I'm in NBA standards. I live in the sticks. That's just the way it is. Like we're in no man's land. It's Nebraska football, Chiefs football, and then pick a team for the other sports.
I got you. Well, that's all right. Hey, man, that's cool. I mean, you're a busy man, right? I don't even see how you have time to sit down right now and do this.
I love it.
I don't get it.
I love it.
Especially with that new baby.
Busy man too. Hey, I love it though, man. All of us new fathers, that you got one coming in June. So let's get down to business. We can talk sports all night, but what do we got for announcements, man? Let's start with announcements, and then we got a few things, we got
some good stuff going on, guys. So let's show this one. Let's see.
Look at that. Look at all these features, man.
I know. I don't know what to do from there. It says announcement, but I can tell you.
Let me start with one. Let's start with the first one. The first announcement I wanted to make is is actually a shout out to Tim Bristol, who's actually on this right now. Is that he's got a good thing going on in Haiti. He does a lot of outreach work, and we're so proud of him and proud to be an advocate and a collaborator with AMN, with him and his projects in Haiti. And they're going to actually do a mission trip in October. And I know it's very close to the national conference, but I think it's very significant as well. So why not get a plane flight, jump on, go to the conference, and jump on another plane straight from Milwaukee to Haiti? That's what I say.
That'd be wild, man. That'd be wild. I mean, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so we'll be highlighting this. I mean, it's been up on our Instagram, and it's up. We'll put it up on Facebook again. I know it's been trending a little bit on some of our closed group and public platforms, but something's very important. Something's been very dear to our hearts in AMN. So if you could help out with that, donate. I don't know if they're collecting. Hey Tim, how's it going? We got two Tims on right now. Tim Winland and Tim Bristol. Bristol says they can fly with me. You got a private jet? The Instagram is actually AAMN.nursing. And it's very similar to our Twitter, which is AAMN_nursing. We did that on purpose, so that it's not that confusing. Mike's playing with his new toy. With this
I want to make sure that we do this right, man. I want people to love it. You know what? I can actually, everything. So the AAMN. Let's see, AAMN _nursing. See, I think that this is the Instagram, right?
No, it's Twitter.
Is it Twitter? Okay.
Yeah, it's
and
Twitter.
Then AAMN.nursing is the Instagram.
Yeah, because they don't recognize underscores, is what I was told by Paul from our management company. Gotcha. So that's why we had to do it that way. But so the Haiti thing, obviously, we're going to plug yet again. I know we've been doing this on our podcast, but the conference, that let's just keep with the trend here. We talked about Haiti about the beginning of October. I want to say it's the 5th through the 14th.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yep, that's exactly right.
But then we've got our conference from the 4th through the 6th, and that's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We are so excited about this because we're going to completely change, I think, what nursing conferences or just conferences in general actually are. They're going to be very action oriented, very interactive, and we want you to be there, but we also understand that some of our members, whether timing comes into it or just financial capabilities, during the timing and everything, we understand that. Sometimes it's hard to get to certain parts of the country. So we really are going to push out all the things that are going on at the conference via social media in regards to look at that. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate that.
Right on.
So we're going to be doing live podcasts just on this platform. So, we're going to be interviewing people as they walk by in the general, in between general sessions, so you can get to know the other members of AMN. But what I'm more excited about, even that is that, one, Dr. Susan Hassmiller has something to get excited about just in general, is coming to keynote on innovation. Obviously, it's innovation is kind of a theme going on around the entire nursing profession. All the major organizations pointed to innovation and inspiring as kind of the theme for ANA and other organizations, which I think is so relevant and such a good topic and theme for this year for nursing. But we're going to talk about it from Dr. Susan Hassmiller's perspective on clinical innovations that are coming forth. And then I'm very excited because I get to speak with her for that keynote in regards to how that's going to affect clinical practice, being close to the bedside. So
that keynote is going to be lit. That is going to be lit.
The reason why I bring that up is because and this might go. Can I give you a cue, Mike? Click to the next agenda item.
Absolutely.
Announcements, communication committee members.
There it is.
I lead into this because we have just developed a powerhouse, an absolute powerhouse, in my opinion.
It's true.
Of a communications committee. Our new vision and little teaser for the town hall Monday, 8 or 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't registered for that, you need to register. We'll tell you the extent of what the communications strategy will be. Well, I'll clarify. Mike will tell you the details of the communication strategy because he's the chair. But we brought in
heavy hitters.
Some amazing social media influencers, because we thought if we're going to be the association of the future, we need to bring in people that utilize social media, have been very successful in social media, and to be able to communicate with our members
and add tremendous value to the profession of nursing. That is no doubt.
Exactly.
So that's really exciting.
So number one, if some of you may know, the nurse doc, Dr. Wesley Willis. If you haven't listened to him, he's on podcast number 5. He's a psychologist. He's a nurse. He is an innovator in the art of telehealth, mental health. He's a very huge advocate in that. He does a lot of video blogs, podcasts. He knows how to do. Yeah,
this dude is worldwide. He lives
worldwide. Literally, he's in Cuba right now doing a presentation. That's why he wasn't at our meeting yesterday.
Yeah,
I just shake my head. I'm like, you're ridiculous. Anyway, awesome. So then we've got Klaus Campos, or also known as the Dude RN on Twitter.
Yeah,
very influential blogger.
Knows his stuff.
Very, very intuitive to Twitter, just like Mike is. So we've got 2 hitters on that. We've got then the other person who, I am is equally excited about, but the YouTube phenomenon, the name, Nurse Blake.
Nurse Blake, man. Nurse Blake is on the communication.
I just dropped it.
This guy's going to bring some value, man. He's going to bring the heat. It's exciting.
And
it's nice to work with these guys, man. I'm really excited. I a couple of these guys I've known for a little bit. I've known Blake for a little bit, and we don't talk a lot, but we do, every now and then we do talk, but not a whole lot. We all have a whole lot going on in our lives, right? And I'm on Twitter all the time, right? And we all have our own special niches that we like to hang out on, and every now and then we'll cross paths. But it's just so great to know these guys and to really be able to share, the spotlight in the communications committee with these guys. They're really, really going to bring some value, and they're really, really going to, spotlight the profession of nursing, as well as this great organization. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with that.
Yeah.
So and I want you guys to know. Let me speak for a second. We want you guys to know that a good communications committee is very important, and Blake has really made it his mission to pull together some really, really quality individuals to make up this committee, because he believes in this organization. And he's really gone above and beyond to really pull it all together. So, I really admire you for that, man. You're a visionary, and I can see. Behind the scenes, we talk about this all the time. We're always texting each other. We're always communicating about this organization, how we want to build this thing up so big, and really add a lot of value to the profession. So it's really exciting to get to work beside this guy, because this guy is going to be a serious powerhouse in the profession of nursing, as far as, in the organizational sense. It's going to be huge, guys. So you're about to see a whole new horizon for the AAMN. And it's really awesome that the previous committee, the previous membership, the previous leadership, they identified that they wanted to pass the torch. Genius. And they, just as visionary, that's, because most organizations, I think, Blake, I think you could probably correct me on that. Probably all organizations kind of hold tight to those reins, and they don't want to pass that torch.
Yeah, I think they acknowledge that technology is advancing and they need to have a presence on social media, but they haven't truly embraced it, and they don't know how to efficiently and successfully utilize it to promote an organization and to grow an organization, because you don't have the right people at the table. You need new people who are very successful in their own right and have done it on their own. And then you need to go seek out those individuals and bring them to the table. Because I'll tell you, when I approached each one of these individuals and I kind of shared them my vision and the board's vision going forward, they were just blown away. Each one of them said, "I was waiting for this phone call. I was waiting for it. I want to be able to utilize these skills, collaborate with other people that are successful, be a part of something that's bigger than myself, and to collaborate and strategically be able to change." I wouldn't say change. I would say revolutionize the nursing profession, not in its concept and the integrity that we hold, because we've already got that down. Yeah, it's about how we portray ourselves to the public and let them know what nursing's all about, and to change the perception of what it is to be a nurse, and to create that parity, that celebration of diversity, to truly emulate and represent the diverse populations of these communities that we serve. That's what's going to make us successful. And so you got to bring the people in with their specific talents, put them in certain positions, and so they can be successful. And I am so blown away that I'm in the position I'm in. Can't be more thankful enough. The support I know from some of the most influential nurses that are part of this membership, to instill the confidence in me to go out and let Blake do what he does. Let him do what he does, and to have that confidence in me pushes me and inspires me to deliver even more. And I know that it does the same for you, Mike. And it's spreading, and I want it to continue to spread to all of these members on our group, and so I'm very thankful. I can't be more gracious. I would say more humble. That doesn't make any sense. I can't be more gracious to everyone who's in this group, and the confidence that you instill in me, and that's a promise that I will continue to help bring and provide those opportunities, as well as the board. I know for a fact they're right on board with that as well. We're going to change this association into the 21st century, and we're going to be the first people to do it, not just for males, but for females as well. We want parity. We don't want more men. We want parity. Yeah. And that's what we need to be preaching. But to have parity, we have to have more men in the profession. And so the reason why I brought all this stuff up, one, not to get on my high horse about how passionate I am about where we're going, because I am. But I also want to say we're going to have live podcasts during the conference. We're going to have these guys up front and center. We're going to be meeting and greeting. We want to bring you on these live podcasts and be sitting right here on screen with us. And we're going to put it on a public Facebook page, public Instagram, public Twitter, to get you out, get a face to names of the new generation of nursing. But then Nurse Blake, who you all know out there, does such a great videography and interviews. He has said that he wants to. We haven't set up this platform, what it looks like yet. We got 4 months to do it. But in theory, he wants to set up his videography and be interviewing people, promoting it over social media, just like we are going to be on this platform with our live podcast. We want those who can't get to us in Milwaukee to feel somewhat a part of this, because you should. You're members. You are here. You're part of the network. You have just the same amount of passion, and just because you can't be there on a certain day in a certain location doesn't mean that you can't be a part of it. And so that's what we're going to change. But you got to bring the right players to the table to be able to execute that. So that's what we're going to do. So we're so excited about this communications committee. We'll talk more in depth about the details. If you sign up to register, it's on our Facebook group. It's on the announcements. It's the first thing you'll see. Click register, please. And we'll see you on Monday. You're going to meet all of the emerging leaders. They're all going to speak from our regional committees, including Ian Solidaris, Kyle Plumer, myself. I'm just going to be facilitating. I don't want to talk too much because you can tell right now I'm talking too much. But Mike, Brent, the board's going to be there. There's a few that are flying around. I know that Bernadette Curry on the board is going to be in Rome, Italy, representing us at a men in nursing conference in Italy. We're going all over the place. This is going to a new level of heights. So we're just very excited. So I want to look over here. Oh, hey, Bob, how's it going? I appreciate you coming in. Mike, did you know that Bob Dent happens to be the president of AONE?
I did. I saw that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bob.
I didn't want to interrupt you, man. I saw him coming. I didn't want to. You were going good, man. You're going good.
Officially jump off my soapbox.
Hey, listen, guys, we just love it. We love this, and we're really excited to launch this thing, and we really, really want to communicate with you guys. We want to do this. This is y'all's organization, right? So we're just doing, we're just trying to help out, so if, we're always up for talking about whatever is on the minds of you guys out there, any important topics you'd like to touch on. We want to use this, this platform for good, right? I'm a big Superman fan, right? When I was little, the first time I heard, with great power comes with great responsibility, right? And that's always stuck with me. So, we got a lot of power here, and we want to use this use it responsibly. And so if you guys have some topics of interest or maybe some people that you would like to talk to, maybe we can bring them on. And, as always, we do our live podcast for you guys here on this group, so you can interact with us and those who we interview. And then we will later post this podcast in audio form to the website, or we'll post it, this video actually on the new Facebook, public page, but it's not going to be live. It'll be later on the day that we drop it on the website. But we do this for you guys, and we appreciate all of you. It is a pleasure and an honor to get to sit here and get to interact with all you guys. So if you're not following us on Instagram, please do. If you're not following us on Twitter, please do. And hey, tell people about this thing. Are you guys talking about AAMN? Do you discuss it with your friends or your fellow colleagues? Just curious, because I am blown away by all the people who don't know of AAMN. And when I tell them about it, they're like, I didn't even know there was an AAMN, So, we need to do better as an organization, and I certainly need to do better to get this out because I really believe in it. And so, if you see something that we post, or you see something we like, or if you're a member, or if you are on our Instagram or our Twitter, share some of that stuff. That'd be awesome. And also, if you're just on the fence, just a little bit, about going to the conference in October. It is going to be amazing. If you've never been to a medical conference, this would be a great first time, right? It is worth your while. You're going to get some stuff. I'm not a tax professional, but you may be able to write some of it off. I don't know, but it is for your it's occupational related, right? Yeah. Maybe get some CEUs, it's, what, whenever I go to these things, there's a lot of value to get from, listening to the speakers and learning from these great speakers. But I think that the best part about the whole thing is the in-betweens, right? The little magic that happens in between the presenters, maybe at the end of the day, you get to meet some great people You get to network with some amazing people who've been doing this for a long time. And just that alone, I think, is worth just going and just being able to meet some great folks. And then afterwards you get to hang out with these people. It's just it's awesome. It's definitely worth it. So if you're just considering it, maybe you're just sitting on the fence, I would highly encourage you, try to get there. It's going to be worth the walk. And plus, if you've never been to Milwaukee, it'll be cool. You'll get to check out Milwaukee for the first time.
A little diamond in the rough.
Diamond in the rough. So anyway, what time are we? What are we looking at? We don't want to.
Where you lost in thought?
Long,
Where
but
we at?
It's 8:38 Central Time.
Well, we got probably about maybe 10 more minutes.
Let's talk about.
We didn't start till 8:15.
I want to talk about some nurse specialty jobs.
Heck yeah!
You know that. So
I got some unique ones for you. You have no idea.
Oh,
so I want you to start first. Yeah, you start first. I'm gonna blow you no idea what I got for you.
I am gonna blow you away. Hang on a second. Let me pull up this link here. So I was writing a blog, and I was really curious about this particular thing. And I came across some amazing jobs as nurses. And so you go ahead and you tell me one, and I'm going to get this link.
All right. I don't know. Let's see if you can keep up. All right. I'm going to start low. I'm going to say start low. That because these people are amazing because they work with children. But do you like the outdoors, Mike?
Love the outdoors, man. I love it.
Well, if you love the outdoors, you should be a camp nurse.
A camp nurse.
You ever thought about that?
Oh, I have not, man. A specialty, a camp nurse.
Oh, why not? The camp's for everyone. Wouldn't you love that? If you guys keep thinking I'm looking to my left, I'm looking at my notes on my other computer. So if I'm kind of going like this, you know what I'm doing. But
that's not a bad job. That's not
when you got little kids, running around and everything, they scrape some knees, they probably do a lot more in my case. I broke so many dang bones when I was little. It was ridiculous. My parents, they joked with me now that I'm older because they always tell me that they were, the Child Protective Services was going to be called on them because of how many bones I broke, just because I don't know if I was clumsy or what, but, YMCA, YWCA, churches, agencies, they need camp nurses.
I never thought about it, man. I think that's genius.
That's my number one. They're only going to get better, Mike. What you got?
Okay, well, I'm just going to take it straight to the top. All right. You like adventure? Do you like adventure? Do you like
always like it.
Living on the edge? You're right. When I think of Blake Smith, I think there's a guy that likes to live on the edge. So what about this?
Edgy.
This guys, this is the ultimate. And every time I tell people about this, they're like, "Are you serious?" Here it is. Bam. So it says the CIA.gov careers opportunity. They're looking for physician assistants and nurse practitioners. Can you imagine being a CIA nurse practitioner? I got to read you. You got to let me read this to you. This is
read away. You're
gonna love this. The coolest part about this is it says you cannot tell anybody that you're applying for the CIA, right? As a nurse practitioner for the CIA, you will work with highly motivated individuals to deliver medical and traumatic care with austere environments. You may also perform the following duties: establish and operate remote independent duty clinics, treat illnesses and injuries and medical emergencies to include trauma stabilization. For spies, you know what I'm talking about? It's for spies. It didn't say that, but that's what it means.
They don't exist, Mike. They don't exist.
Conduct physical examinations and interpretation of diagnostic data, provide didactic and practical instruction in various levels of medical care to include survival skills, field medicine, and tactical combat casualty care. This, dude, I love it. I love it. This is amazing.
So the first rule of the CIA nurse is you don't talk about being a CIA nurse, right?
It's exactly
like Fight
right.
Club.
Can't do it. Club. It's like you can't even tell people that you applied.
Oh,
that doesn't mean anything.
Okay, I got another one.
Okay,
out of left field. Do you like adrenaline? Are you adrenaline junkie?
Oh yeah. Oh,
do you like Do you like cars?
I love cars.
What about being a NASCAR nurse?
What?
Yeah. Did you know that NASCAR, the racing teams, actually have a specified dedicated nurse for the day-to-day operations of the NASCAR teams?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I mean, when you're around there, I didn't think about this, but it's a demanding sport. I'm not that into NASCAR. I'm not, but I can definitely see it. Endurance, all these things, hydration, all those things that you wouldn't think about.
Some people will do that for free.
Yeah. It's a huge industry. Awesome. I'm sure they get paid well. It doesn't talk about it very much, but about what they get paid, I don't know. But we know as nurses, we do it first for the want of being a nurse. But it's nice to be compensated for certain things. So, but NASCAR nurse, man, I had never thought about that. But
I hear you, man.
Real.
That's awesome.
It's real. I'm not making it up.
Never. I don't know how you stumbled upon that, but I'm gonna have to look into that. They actually have a NASCAR track, like maybe 25 minutes from where I live here in Dallas. They might need nurses. Another one is a SWAT nurse. A SWAT nurse, man. So whenever I just
is that like strength, weaknesses, assessment, and threats?
Not that kind of SWAT. No.
Oh, not that SWAT. Oh, damn it.
So whenever I first graduated nursing, I was living in Louisiana, and it was I was living in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Anybody know Natchitoches, Louisiana? Well, the police department. So this was 2008, right? And this was just as the economy was taking a nosedive, right? Which, by the way, as nurses, I didn't even feel it, right? What a great profession! What a blessing! I digress. Anyway, so a friend of mine who was a police officer in that town showed up at the ER that night with somebody who was in a motor vehicle accident, and he says, "Yeah, we're looking for a nurse to bring on the SWAT team." And I'm like, "Dude, I just graduated. I'm ready." I hadn't taken my NCLEX yet, but he said, "I got to take my NCLEX." So he said, "Hey, take the NCLEX, get back to me. We'll bring you in." And so they were gonna, they're gonna train me in combat stuff, right? And then I would be carrying a gun, and I would be the last person to go in, and I'm supposed to take people out who are injured, and do whatever I need to do, right? And I would be working hand in hand with a doctor, right? We'd be doing that together. Yeah, how cool was that? And then the economy tanked, and their funding for that particular program out. So I missed out on that, but that could have been awesome, man.
Oh, dang. You decrease funding, but because safety is something what you need to be cutting when you cut funding. That sounds real smart.
Well, they probably had, a backup, somebody said, it'd be cool if we got some nurses and doctors that come in and
that's true. That's very true.
We don't know. But
yeah, well, I got three more. I know we're getting long here, but I'm really enjoying this. So I hope everybody else is enjoying it.
Right.
So this one's up your alley. I know it's up your alley.
All right, let's hear it.
Oil rig nurse.
Dude, those guys out there don't do a thing, and they make six figures easy. They work 2 weeks out of the month.
Yeah, and I say this to everybody who does not know this, is that before Mike got into nursing, and if you want to hear the full story, it's called episode 1 of AAMN the Nurses Station. On our podcast, but he was an oil rig. I don't even know what you call yourself, oil rig. I don't know what your title was, but
I was actually an oil field roughneck.
And so they need nurses on those rigs. They do. Hey, whoa, let there be light. What just happened? You just do clap on, clap off?
I told Alexa to turn the light on. It was getting dark. I wanted you to be the spotlight. I want you to be the spotlight. I'll be in the shadows.
So that's what I got. Oil rig nurse.
Let me tell you about those oil rig nurses. So I remember. So it was hard work, man. Working out there, golly, dude, hard work being in the oil field. Okay, 14 and 14. I worked 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. It was awesome. Being 2 weeks off, right? It's one of those jobs that when you're on the job, you hate it. But when you're at home, you're like, I work offshore. That's awesome, because you get a 2 week vacation every month. However, when you're out there, it is so difficult. I broke my foot out there. Everybody that I worked with, it had at least one broken bone at one time or was missing a finger, right, or a toe, right? Crazy. But but I tell you, oh, no, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. But
Keep it PG.
But the guys, the nurses or the EMS crew, they would just sit on go, right? They're sitting on go the whole time. So they might not be doing a thing for 2 weeks while they're out there, unless somebody gets hurt, and people did get hurt, but it wasn't every day. So they just sit around, eat, or watch TV or whatever, because when you're out there, the galley, they cook anything you want. You want filet every meal, you get filet every meal. You want, anything, right? I mean, just it's an amazing experience. But that would be a sweet job. You have a 14-day off every month, big money. If you're a single man or woman, not a bad job. Not a bad job at all. You got just amazing benefits. Probably a little hard on the family life.
Probably a little hard on the family life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're a single man or a woman, that would be the job. If you're married, it's a little tougher. But there was a lot of guys I worked out with out there that whenever and they were all married. Most of them were married, and there were a couple people that retired while I was working out there, and I kept it in contact with them, and a couple of them actually ended up getting a divorce after they retired because they weren't used to being with each other all the time. And so whenever they were with each other all the time, they found out they just did not like each other. And so they divorced, man, after years of being married. Crazy.
That's sad. What you got? I got
Air
two more.
Force nurse.
Air Force nurse.
So, and I bring this up because my oldest son is in the Air Force. He's not a nurse, and that is okay, right?
But he's going to be, right? Or is that your other son?
No, man, he's into photography, man. He loves photography.
Oh, is he?
That dude, you should check him out on Instagram. Jacob Ward, JAICOB WARD. Jacob
Plug.
Ward. Anyway, really, really amazing. He and his wife live in Washington State, Spokane, and I tried to get in the Air Force right out of high school, but I had back surgery. Right, I had a tumor in my spinal cord when I was 15. They took it out, and it completely eliminated my chances to go in the military. Which is all right, God had something better in mind, I think, in my opinion. But my son Noah, who just got out of basic training, he is my 18-year-old, who's actually going to be 19 here in a couple weeks. He is fresh out of Army basic training, and he is actually going to go to nursing school when he returns from tech school here in Dallas. How about that? Another nurse in the family. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. Hey, I just want to interrupt us 1 second. We had another guy come on here by the name of Dr. David Foley.
There he is
from Case Western University. Thanks for coming on, Dr. Foley. We love having Case Western as one of our chapters. Very, very significant university, as many of our chapters are. And we appreciate you coming on and let everybody know Case Western. I know that you're in your infancy or toddler stages of your chapter, so we're here to support you in any way that you want, or not that you want, that you need.
Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with us. We understand that everybody's got something going on, and just trying to try to bring everybody together to compile a group of people together for a meeting. It's just almost impossible. So, we do the best we can.
We have 6 time zones of our membership. 6.
Yeah. And couple that with, varying schedules from each person. You have day shift, night shift, you have 12-hour workers, you have 8 hours, 10 hours, crazy, right?
Ridiculous. All right. How many more you got? How many more do you got?
Oh man, I can go on and on, dude. I wrote a whole blog about this.
Well, my next one is not cruise nurse, but yacht nurse.
Oh, that's next level.
Yeah, because
a yacht nurse only has to care for one person.
I don't really particularly feel the love of being a cruise nurse because you got a lot of responsibility. Not just that, but I turn every every summer, everywhere you turn, it's some other cruise ship that has a norovirus or something going on.
Yeah.
And so, but a yacht nurse, not only you live in the high life.
Oh, dude. You only got one person to answer to, you know? I mean, how many people do you think are going to be on a yacht unless they're partying all the time, right? Like if you had a yacht yourself, I imagine you'd be partying all the time, right? It'd be like a rap video on your. That's what I think.
or you get to be the only sober one on the yacht while everybody's having fun, and you're just sitting down and saying, "Stop it! You don't need to be drinking that much," or something like that.
Yeah, right. Well, you know, I had talked to somebody who said they had looked into cruise nursing, and you got to be out there for like 6 to 8 months, and you can't like have a good time, right? You have to, just like you said, you got to just kind of stay in your area, and after work, you can't mingle with guests. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you can use the word mingle in whatever, you know, in whatever way that you see that. You can't mingle with guests. You know? So I don't know, man. It doesn't sound that awesome. You know, of course you do get to see a lot of cool places, but I mean, usually the ship goes to the same place every trip, you know? So after a while it's like, this again, right?
But you never know it existed.
But yacht nursing, that is something totally different. Can you imagine being like, I mean, the yacht nurse for, some of these multi-billionaires, because they got to have them, right?
Yeah. I'm sure they're well compensated.
That'd be pretty dope, man.
And you probably don't work very often. You know,
they're not on their yachts all the time, but you have to be ready all the time. So you're on staff all the time, just waiting to go where you probably won't even be needed.
Yeah. Don't ask us how you get to be a yacht nurse.
If anybody knows, let us know.
Yeah. If somebody's on right now who knows that, let us know. You know, we'll be in, if you listen to podcast 3, we'll be your agent.
Well, listen,
I'm plugging podcasts left and right, Mike. I'm plugging podcasts left.
That's smart. I'm taking notes, man. I got my pen. I'm writing it down. So thanks, everybody.
I got one more. I got one more. You got one more, and then we'll wrap it up. Yeah, I got one more, and this one's very dear to my heart. I'm a kid at heart. I'm through and through in my mind a kid.
Okay,
but
all right, I can't wait.
So you think pediatric nursing. This is kind of like pediatric nursing because I'm sure these people see a lot of pediatrics. But what is the one place on earth that you would never think that would need? Well, I guess you would need personnel that are medical, but it's the most happiest place on earth.
Oh my God!
What do you think I'm referring to?
Disney World? Are we talking about Disney?
Disney nurse. Did you know that they have an entire department of nursing on staff?
Dude, do not tell my wife. Do not tell my wife that. She is Disney fanatic. She loves it. She's like, every year we got to go to Disney. You know, I'm like, it's hot. In
my
Disney.
daughter is 20 or 21 months old. Oh, actually, she's 23 months old. Man, time's flying. But she can't say a lot of words. She said but she can count to 10. She can say some of her ABCs, and the 2 words other than daddy, mommy, and papa is Mickey and Minnie. And I did that on purpose. It's power of repetition. Awesome. Power of repetition.
You know what? I think that's awesome, man. A Disney. So they have a whole department of nursing for Disney?
Yeah. I even know where it's at in Magic Kingdom. It's right as you go down the main street, you turn to your left, and there's like some sort of restaurant kind of area. But that's where the nursing department is. The main nursing department is for all Disney World, but obviously they've got stations throughout the campus. But
wow, man,
they have their own fire department and police department. So why would they not have their own nursing department?
Well, you got to have some nurses.
So I don't know. When I'm retired, I'm going to tell you all right now. I'm going to go through the presidency of my AAMN. I'm going to do my administration. I'm going to do all my stuff. And when I retire,
I already know where this is going.
I'm going to Disney.
You're going to retire?
I'm retiring in Florida. That's what I'm doing. Oh. So my kids will know where I'm at. I'm going to be working and then helping people try to get back to their happiest time on earth and the happiest time in their lives, to get rid of, some of the stressors that come in life. And then I could ride some roller coasters in the meantime.
Right on. I wonder what the pay is. I wonder if
I don't know if it's
you know
kind
that?
it's one of those things that you do because you love it. My brother actually worked for Disney in the college program, and probably some of our members have done it as well. It's pretty popular. The thing with Disney is they treat you well, but they don't have to pay you very much because there's such a high demand of wanting to work for them.
Right. It's kind of like travel nursing. You want to go to Hawaii, or the Virgin Islands. They're not going to pay you very much because everybody wants to do that. Right. There's no demand.
Everybody wants to go there.
They got you.
Yeah. So those are all mine. I can go just like you. We can go on for eons, and
but you know what? A lot of people don't think about this stuff, man. I mean, when I talk to people about, what do you want to do as a nurse? When I talk to students, because I love doing that, man. I love brainstorming with students, just kind of seeing where they're at, right? And a lot of people are very narrow focused, right? Because they're not thinking big. That's one thing
especially
I love
guys,
about the nursing.
Especially guys, I want to go to ICU. I want to go to ICU. I want to go to ER. Don't get me wrong. Both Mike and I have been in those, and Mike's still in the ER. I've been in the ICU. I get it. It's fun. It's challenging. And I'm not telling you not to go into those things, but there's so many avenues that you could go into. My passion now, which many people don't think, is palliative care and hospice. Like that, when I got into ICU, I wanted to go to ICU, like all the crunching the numbers and the labs and identifying trends and getting ahead of things. And not saying that I don't like that now. I still do. Even in administration, I do. But the most beautiful times, most vulnerable times of people's lives are what's really going to stick with you as a nurse. And that's when people are transitioning to the end of life. And that's when nurses are really, really needed. They are really, really needed. And I really think we as men can do that as well. And so that's where my passion is, other than Disney nursing.
I mean, and I tell people this, I say this, I say, nursing can be as, it can be as small as you want, or it can be as big as you want. The sky's the limit. There are nurses who are on television, primetime television.
And there needs to be more. There needs to be more in the spotlight.
You can do anything as a nurse. It's just unbelievable. The sky's the limit, but it doesn't have to be, right? So you don't have to do those things. And there's nothing wrong with not doing those things. But I'm just, I like painting those pictures for new nurses or people who are considering a profession to go into. There's just so much that you can do. And so it's just exciting. It's exciting to have no limits, as to what you can accomplish as a nurse and the credibility as a nurse. Just that itself, the credibility that the nursing profession lends you, it opens doors. It really does.
Every day I'm so honored to have that RN behind my name.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest accomplishments of my life. And always will be. So I think, we can go again. We got to say some stuff for next week, man. And also, I think we need to start bringing some of the other communications crew.
Oh, that's the best
to start with, because they're, celebrities in their own right. And I know that they'll listen to this and watch this. Like I said, Wesley's in Cuba right now doing a presentation. Blake is actually in Boston doing some sort of event for the Boston Red Sox, which I don't know. He's gonna have to tell us about how that all went down.
That's gonna be. We'll have to ask him to tell us all about that next week.
Yeah. So have a great week, guys. Thanks for being patient with us. Sticking with us for almost an hour now, because Mike and I can be very, very long-winded because we just love talking about this profession.
Yes.
And we hope to have some good. Now, we're very serious when we want you to post topics and points about what you want us to talk about. We're not here just to talk. We like to, but that doesn't. We want to talk about what you want to talk about. So please, throughout the week, when we post things, please respond. Please let us know. And even if you can't make it to the live session, that's cool. We get it. We're nurses. We all have different time schedules. So, but you can at least listen to it at the end. We want to give as much advice, perception, guidance, because that's what this association is going to be about, is paying it forward. That's what we truly need to do. We need to treat our colleagues with respect, which I think we already do in this association. We need to treat, more importantly, our future colleagues with, and I call them future colleagues, not students. I call them future colleagues because they're investing themselves to become a nurse, to be one of us. And we need to nurture them and guide them and open up the talents that they have, instead of putting up barriers and doing this, lateral workplace violence, this eating your young, these stereotypical traditional things. It's ridiculous. And I think it's starting to stop, but it needs to be done. It needs to be squashed, because it's only going to help us if they flourish by paying it forward, sharing our wisdom with them, and treating them like colleagues, like they deserve. So, Mike, what you got? I'm done. Let's get off. Let everybody get back to their nights, and we'll see them next week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We'll catch you later.